Why don't you accept that you are my slave? He says while hitting Janko with the rod. Janko splits the blood and speaks in a low voice. I will never accept this. Kevin clenched his fist and hardly hit the rod on his face. He lost his conscience. Boss, he shouts. Kevin smirked and said, your boss is very weak. No, he's not weak. You are the one who is weak and insecure. You betrayed your own friend for money and position. You are jealous of him. A few hours later, Janko opened his eyes after feeling drops of water on his face. He looked at the young boy and sighed. I came here to see you. Janko tried to sit down, but he looked at Ben. Can you please give me the bottle of water? Jiyon nodded and handed him. He threw it on him and he opened his eyes. Janko, you are not looking well. He beat you so much. He closed his eyes out of frustration and ignored him. It hurts to see you like this. My heart aches when I see you. Saw you like this. Van looked at him strangely. Can you please leave me alone? Please. Okay, he caught up and went out. I think so. He loves you. Janko paused him deadly scared. I mean, as a big brother. Janko lays down and started looking at the ceiling. What are you thinking? He asked. I'm thinking of escaping. I can't live here like this. But how can we escape? I will escape first, then I will come to save you. Okay, do you have a plan? Yeah, he lays back while closing his eyes. At night. Ben opened his eyes after hearing the noise. He sat down and found no one beside him. Suddenly, the door opened, revealing Kevin and his guards. They entered and furiously walked towards him. From where did he escape? From here, he said while pointing at the hall. No, I didn't know about his plan. Kevin grabbed Ben by his throat. If you're lying, then because you don't know what can I do? I'm saying the truth. Janko sat here on the grass while panting. He looked at his injured feet. He had a and lay back. He closed his eyes for a second, but suddenly he heard the halls of Kevin's talk. He opened his eyes and immediately got up and ran. After running for about an hour, he stopped and sat down. He looked at the place and it looked so amazing and beautiful. He smiled and lay down. His whole body is in so much pain. Suddenly, he looked beside him and then he saw her. He caught up and walked towards her. After seeing her, the only thing came into his mind. Is she a fairy because she is looking more beautiful flower among all the flowers? He sat beside her on his knees. He's wearing a long white dress. She's looking so beautiful. He touched her face with his bruised fingers. Is this a dream or a movie? He thought this is not true. I was just trying to. Suddenly, she heard the sound of gunshots. She looked at the mountains and then to him. I think so. They arrived. He caught up and was about to run, but she grabbed and ran towards the water. They jumped into the lake. Their hands separated, but he lost his control and let himself drown. But she grabbed his hand and came in front of him. He raised his hand towards her face. He touched her smiling face. He got lost in her, but suddenly she pulled him towards her. And a few minutes later, they came out of the water and she breathed heavily. He looked at her and said, Are you okay? She looked at him and said, Are you okay? Because I think you are afraid of water. No, I'm not afraid of water. I just lost my control. She giggled. Thank you for saving me. Saving you, I saved myself from them. What connection do you have with them? One day I stole something from them. He chuckled. They are not behind you. He walked, start walking. She also started walking. Where are you going? I'm going home. Okay, I'm coming with you. What? But why don't you have a family? No, I don't have anyone. I got lost in this place. Please bring me with you. How can you believe in a stranger? You are not looking dangerous and I don't have anyone. I live here alone with my two cats, but I don't know where they are because they didn't come back after the last 1 week. I searched for them, but all in vain. Don't look at me like that. I know I talk too much, but please let me come with you. Okay, let's go. But if you die, don't blame me. Okay, let's go. They started walking. Actually, he wants her, that's why he takes her with him. They came when he's checking the jungle. He's standing near the tree while he's putting his hand on it. Suddenly, she raised his hand, her hand and opened them. A beautiful butterfly came out. Do you like it? She said. He nodded and he asked, What is your age? I'm 19 years old, but why are you asking? Because you are childish, girl. He starts walking. What do you mean I'm not childish? I'm a mature lady, he chuckled. He walked through her walk while listening to her. He waves cold just to show her that he is very cold guy. After a few hours later, they find the road and luckily a car gave them a lift. They sat down and then she started singing while smiling, wondering how people get love from their love. When I asked for flower buds, I got a necklace of stone. He looked at her and said, "Do you made this by yourself?" She nodded. Did someone break your heart? No. Suddenly she looked at his feet. Don't know your feet. She saw her dress and tied around his feet. He didn't say anything and looked outside while blushing. Wine wake up. She opened her eyes and looked at him. We need to go. He stepped out. She also stepped out and was about to fall down, but he held her. Be careful. She smiled and looked at the village. Wow, let's go. He starts walking. Will we going to live here? Yes, because that man who gave us lift lives here. He said he will help us to contact my guards. You have a guards? Are you rich? You looked at. I'm so rich now. Let's go. People are looking at us. They entered the room and he took off his shirt. Suddenly he remembers that she is with him. He looked at her and found her staring at him with the open mouth. He wore his shirt and walked towards the bathroom. She sat down on the bed. At night they came here with dead man and an old lady said, "Oh young man, buy this flower for your wife. She is not my wife." Then who is she? She is my love. He awkwardly laughed and they didn't say anything. She is my wife, but I call her my love. Yes, he is right, she said while holding his arm. Oh, then buy this flower for your love. He smiled and said, I don't have money. Okay. They sat down. The villagers didn't like the relationship. They don't like those who's not married and living in a relationship. They are all minded. 1 month later, his guard entered the village with so many cars. Janku, are these your cars? She looked at them and through the window and said yes. He walked out. We came in here and a handsome man hugged him. I'm so happy to see you. I'm also so happy. Villagers are villagers are looking at them. He broke the hug and Sarosha, they helped. Roshi is looking at them through the mirror. Vine is hugging Janko's arm. So you got a new girl for him? Suddenly Vine got near to him and said, what do you mean? Did he have girlfriends? Yeah, he didn't tell you. No, she looked at him. Come on, come here. He grabbed her hand and made her sit on the side. And sleep here. You haven't slept since last night. Why hasn't she slept last night? She said with a smile. Shut up, Lucia. She lays down and put her legs on him. He looked at her legs and said, you have a hairy legs. You also have, because I am. So it's my life. Do you have any problem? No, I'm sorry. She closed her eyes while ignoring him and slept. In the mansion, she entered and her jaw dropped after seeing the mansion. This is your house. Yes, this is my house. She walked towards the painting and touched them. Now, wow, they're bigger than me. And then she starts, I'm going out, so why, where are you going? I have work. Okay, coffee is here for you. If you want anything, then ask her. She looked at the girl and said, okay, coffee, take care of her. One walked towards her and said, do you need anything? Yeah, I want to go to this floor. Okay, ma'am, but why? Because I want to remove hairs from my legs and arms. There's a few hairs, but I don't like them. Okay, let's go. Not now, I want to rest. Please show me my room. She nodded and started walking. The next day, Janku was sitting there thinking about something, but suddenly Van came and said, boom, he flinched and, Van, are you crazy? She started laughing and sat down on the couch beside him. How was your day? She asked while looking at him. It was good. I met my friends. Open its lock. I want to play games. No, no, he grabbed his cell phone. No, give me, Janku. She tried to grab it, but he put it on the other side, she grabbed it and forced him to open. Suddenly Lucia came and cleared his throat. Janko looked at him and said, what do you want? Actually, suddenly someone starts firing. She flinched and hugged him tightly. Some men came into the mansion and started firing. She started crying while hugging him. She got up and she grabbed his hand. Why and go with Lucio? No, she hugged him. Why and try to understand. Go. He angrily said. She stepped back and ran to her room while crying. He signed and went out. In the room, she's sitting on the floor, worriedly while peeking out. There's a war outside. His enemies chew some smoke balls and gas bombs. She is not worried about herself. She is worried for him. He is not aware to be seen. Her hands are shaking because of fear of losing him. Suddenly, Junko and his gang and his enemy. With his gang came face to face. They are talking about something, but suddenly one of his enemy gang members was about to shoot Junko. One saw this and she looked back and grabbed Rusho's gun and shoot that man. He fell down on the floor. Why are you crazy? That man was about to shoot him. And then again there were again, and this time Vine's room isn't their target. Lucian and Vine ran and hid her and went out. 2 hours later, she lay down and looked at the door. She waits for him. Suddenly, someone opened the door and she sat down. Your name is Van? She nodded. Come with me. Where to? Another mansion. But why? Van asked while looking at me. Where is Janku? She asked. He's not okay. He got two gunshots. What? He walked towards the door and said, I want to go to him. I crazy ordered me to take you there, and there's no one outside except dead bodies. At night. At night, when I entered the room and saw him laying on the bed, she walked towards him. Are you okay? Yes, actually, 2 bullets can't kill me. You know I'm very powerful. She lay down on the bed and put her hand over his chest. His heart beat increased. She looked at him and said, your heart is beat is so fast. Yeah, it's because of my condition. She smiled and grabbed his heart. 1 month later. Janko standing near the table shirtless. Suddenly someone pushed him on the couch. His eyes were about to pop out. A hot girl sat on him. Young, what are you doing? Get off from me. Why I came here for you. Young, get off if you don't want to die. Okay. Janko mentions while crying. He threw Young on the floor and shouts, what happened? He went out worriedly. He opened the big door and looked at her. She was walking towards him while crying and wiping her tears. He walked towards her and said, what happened? She is blackmailing me. Who? The girl who did my eraser. Warning, if you feel uncomfortable, then skip it. Don't spread hate in the comment section or don't report it. Because I used razor on that place, his jaw dropped. And what who told you to do this? Coffee Young is looking at them while standing on the door of his room. Come with me. He picked her up like a baby, and Young was shocked to see him like that. Now I am sitting with Janko, and that girl is sitting on the chair tied with the rope, and Rushu is slapping her. Young is standing while holding the glass of juice and seems to enjoy it. She is not slapping her hard. Janko ordered Rushu to slap her hard, and he nodded while saying, okay. He slapped her and she fell down on the floor. One loud, but then she looked at Janko. She has cut black scream rather cuts because of her. Well, so you are the girl. What is your age? 19. My young bitter juice. What? She is 19 and Janko is 34. What? He's 15 years older than me. She looked at him. Ignore her. She's just barking. Well, I'm not barking. You are 34. I'm 28 years old. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Well, why in your profession do what profession do you study? I'm in the second semester of ADP. My father loves to go hiking. He has a group. I also loves to go hiking. One day I got lost. This is so sad. Who are you? I'm his friend. We study together. If you don't mind, can I flirt with him? No, you know what? But Dad, I don't like your flirting. Just found another man and flirt with him. Your friend rejects you. Yeah, this is not first time. Actually, he has so many girls around him. That's why he never looks at me. Do you have a girlfriend, Janku? He was about to say. If you have, then I also want a boyfriend. You are not allowed to have a boyfriend. Okay, he said. I'm not asking your permission. Okay, he grabbed her by her neck and wow, what a romantic scene. He looked at her. Why, and usually leave us alone. They nodded and went out. Guards, great, drake that girl with them. What were you saying? If you have a boyfriend, then I want a boyfriend. Why are you stopping me? You know who I am. I don't have a girlfriend, okay? Okay, she started putting her hand on his chest and also don't believe anyone. The next day, Janko is sitting there while looking at the tails of his company, but Vine entered the room while dancing. He looked at her. What do you want? Vine, I want to go out. I want to enjoy my life. But where do you want to go? To the mall. Okay, you can go, but Rosha will go with you. Okay, she went out excitedly. At night, he looked at the ground and grabbed his cell phone on the call. Yes, boss, where is she? He asked. She made new friends and they invited her to their place. She is enjoying with them. Wait, oh my. You are dumb. Bring her here as soon as possible. Okay, he saw his cell phone and sat down. A few minutes later, he was being patiently waiting for her, and suddenly she entered while laughing. His snacks fell down. He got up angrily. Rusho entered then. Don't shout at him. I forced him, okay? You can go, Rusho, to Ben. He's so injured. Then Oriton went out. He walked towards her and grabbed her by him. How many times did I told you don't believe in misunderstandings? I want to make new friends. Why are you talking like that? Her eyes filled with tears because of your childish side. If you kill your bullied, then what are you gonna do? Now stop crying. I scolded you for you good. She looked at him on her knees, toes, and kissed him. She broke in and looked at him. He signed heavily and grabbed her face in both of his hands, and then his hands traveled on the back and he tightly held her. She opened her eyes and looked at the sky window. She smiled and was about to go up, but she turned after feeling one arm on her. He's hugging her, and his face is so much closer. His waist ached, and she put her face in the blanket because of embarrassment. Suddenly, his cell phone started ringing. He caught up and looked at her. He got off the car and pulled towards him. He cups her cheeks and Janko, yes, don't talk about last night. Why are you shy? She hurts her face. Please don't. Okay, he kissed her forehead and got up. I'm going on a trip today. Why? It's a business trip. It's very important. Okay, she also got up and walked out. He was about to say something, but she walked out. Don't let her to go out at okay. If I hear that wine is not at home, then ready for the consequences. Why are you scaring? I promise I will not go out. Okay, take her. Take care. He hugged her and Rosha looked at them with questionable face. He broke the hug and walked out. She happily ran to the games room. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can. Why is she so important to you? I mean, you met so many girls in your life, but you never treat any of them like her. What's so special about her? One day you will know that. He looked outside after saying this. 2 days later, Vine is sitting on the couch, but a maid came and wham, do you see this picture of him? Why are you talking about? She grabbed her cell phone and saw his picture. He's sitting with businessman and woman. That woman hands is on his shoulder. On the car, who's that girl? Who's you are sitting beside her and her hand is on your shoulder. Oh, she is my friend and business partner. Did you have with her? What if you say then I will if you say yes then I will go out and do the same. Are you crazy man? If you did this then I will do the same. I will go out and man and take my revenge. She used to be your ex girlfriend, am I right? Two days later he came back and said, where is one? She is in the room. He walked towards the room and but she is in your room. He turned and walked towards his room. He entered and saw her lying on the bed on her stomach. She is eating chocolate donuts. He looked at him and said, don't you come back? What was that? What? You know what I am talking about. Understanding, I'm sorry for not believing you. I'm feeling so guilty. Are you mad at me? You were hurts me. I didn't know that your hand was on my shoulder and our relationship lasted for 2 weeks. She left me because of my behavior. She has a fiancé. We started fighting without listening to the full story. I'm sorry. Don't say story because it also my mistake. She smiled and hugged him. He's looking at the tree, but Trisha called. He picked up the call and why and she's not in the mansion. What do you mean? I checked every room and she's nowhere. I checked every area and malls, but I didn't find her. But he cuts the car and orders the driver to drive fast. While on the other hand, why haven't you killed him? Because I never get a chance, but I bring all the information. You did a great job. How crazy is he? He didn't even know about you and he believed your fake story. Yeah, I mean, he's so dumb. How can you believe in a stranger? He really loves you. He's so pathetic. She looked at him with a sad face.